All right. Good afternoon to the members of the press. Good afternoon to the media, and good afternoon to our audience. I want to use this opportunity to thank you all for showing up for this most important part of the concert, which is the press conference. With me here today is the management. I would have the singular honor to introduce them to you. From the far right, we have Yankuba Bojang, alias known as Bricks Boy. He is the ground coordinator and also serving as the manager for affairs that has to do with the Gambia. Next to him is Demba Jalo. His face is very familiar. Anytime we have shows, we all know the roles that he played. Demba served as the manager for international affairs, most especially those in Europe. Next to Demba, I would have to skip that one and I will come back to him because the day actually belongs to him. Next is Dr. Kadi Singate, Omar Kadi Singate. And Kadi is our financial supervisor and also the one that is responsible for our affairs in America. And my humble self is Ismaila Fadera. I will be in charge of the press and the media as far as the Teria concert is concerned. Without wasting much time, I would have the honor and privilege to introduce the owner of the event, the most talked about event for that matter, who is no other person than ST, the Gambian Dream. He is the one behind all this work that we are doing. On that note, we welcome the media and the press as far as this concern is concerned. On that note, I will pass the mic to Demba Jalo, who serves as our international manager, to give an opening remarks on behalf of the management. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon to everybody. Mbabel Kontona Manglena Nuyu. So, like Ismaila already mentioned, the reason why we gathered here today is to talk about the upcoming Teria concert, in which the management team feels it necessary to come and clear some informations or give some answers related to the logistics, preparations, and every other concern that the fans might have or the journalists might have to ask about, so that we can give some clear guidelines related to the show. So the floor is open for every questioning, and then we wish to be able to answer any question that have specifically related to the Teria concert. And thank you everybody for coming.
So just as Demba said, you would have to follow protocols. Any media house who wants to ask question can please state the name and the media house they are representing for the purpose of records. Thank you. Yes?
First and foremost, my name is Multan Gambian TV. I would like to acknowledge your respect in time. The previous press conference, which is about African nightmare, but thank God this time actually appreciate that. My question to do with security. Past events I've attended at PCI has been a nightmare for most vulnerable people, especially women, who go outside. We understand that security within the limits of the event has always been the outskirt of the den has always been an issue. And ST has been known to provide a lot of security professionals that can actually apart from people from the safe crime and all that. What standing measures are you taking as far as this area is concerned? Because it's not one of the in general. That's something. But then people are very worried about their articles and stuff because they're coming to every day to actually be harassed and put them all that.
So I'll pass that Yeah, I'll pass the mic to Dembo for that, you know.
Okay. Yeah, Mr. Modlang, right? Yeah, thank you so much for the question. And yeah, so like I understand, GCCI is a ground for us also for the first time that we have to hold our show there. So like you said, many things happen with the past events. So the esteem management, we cannot go deeply to understand what was the cause or the reasons why maybe they have some security lapse, because every management have their ways of doing their things. But like as the esteem management is concerned, we work with our experience since from the Independent Stadium, and that means after every event, we make our recaps to find out some information related to what happened and how we can upgrade ourselves. So related to GCCI, the management deems it necessary to make a survey because it's the first time that we perform in there. So we were on the ground, we have a look, we consider some strategic points, locations, and how to comply with the audience, the traffic, and everything was put into consideration. And our security measures is drafted based on these protocols. So now coming down to the personnel, like after making the survey, we deem it necessary what is the amount of numbers we're going in for, and then we engage in the paramilitary, the police intervention unit, like always, and also the local securities for the inner core setup. Then the outer core setup is more of the personnel of the law enforcement authorities. And then we also have the police anti-crime unit who are responsible for patrolling to be able to dismantle any organized form of other people trying to group in response to avoid some complications. Though there is never 100% security guaranteed, but we try our best to make sure that the fans who are coming there can come safely and also go back home safely. So, but we also appealing to the fans and the general public, because anytime the security personnel start to use power, already security failed. So what we appealing, like to avoid other complications, is even a form of security. That means when the fans who are coming there for the party and then try to follow the rules and the regulation, that I means like following the barriers, not to avoid promotions and to consider the next brother or sister next to you who is also trying to get inside. I think it will also make the work easier for everybody and also the securities. But like I said, the security setup is based on the logistics and everything related to the program, and that we considered, and then we try our best to get the amount of personnel we need to secure the place. Yeah.
Great. Just out of curiosity, are we expecting 10,000 or 20,000 security partners, or just because I think by the years approximately 70 or 1,000 security?
Yeah, that would be nice, but I think the number, you know yourself, like, yeah. But like I say again, we try to upgrade from year to year. So after studying and surveying the ground, knowing the key strategic points that we have to handle, and then the security measures to take place. So I think we have to we have tried to get enough securities to cover these places and these logistic points. Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
Next question, your name please.
My name is Shane. I'm from Gambian. I have a quick question. You can answer it in one question. The first question is, what is the meaning involved in the area concert?
What is the?
What's the meaning of the area concert? So the second question is, what message are you trying to send to government through this contract? And why do you choose the name area concert?
Thank you very much for that question. I think it's a very important question. We have been sending this message across, for years, I can say, one Gambia, one people, one nation, one tribe. We believe, friendship is the root of everything. Togetherness, oneness, being able to understand each other, as a nation, So we deem it necessary, to release a song that talks about how important friendship is, how we can all connect as friends, and towards positive good, So the song Teria is a local word, It means friendship. Teria concert. It's a concert for friends, all the friends around the world, in the Gambia and outside. Anybody that are friends, everyone is invited, to grace this occasion as friends, to show appreciation to each other. Badi and Sinyoya and Inyoya, Yeah.
Yes, my name is Musa Gere from Brazil 24. I will ask a follow-up question regarding the Teria concert. I've been a keen follower of you, and I realized that a trailer of the Teria music have been going on since 2022, but it's just released. Why does it take this long period before you release the trailer?
Okay, honestly, to tell you the truth, the first time I did a freestyle, like you said, it was in 2022 in UK, but then that was just the chorus. I'm an artist. I work with vibe. I could just enter the studio, start some music now, and then tomorrow I come up with another sound, and then I feel like working on this ones more than this right now. So it's more of a feeling thing, because for me, music is more of a feel. It's more of a vibe. Sometimes, you feel this song is not ready. I need to cook this more. So it doesn't have to be rushed, Tabiro me along more near saf after mul mukanado my bank. Yeah, so morning important so but honestly I was just taking my time and making sure, everything comes at the right time.
Yeah.
My name is Jovis, Gambian. My question is about the
In general.
So this is since the first event you understand. So the problem I see most of the time I get nimble bandaje comme sorry buka tere ak mol dundi so nimble stop ta banda mol siara banda big problem ni fo wala gani ko mo solo be fena atole mo step da ko wo fende entrance ni.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Got it.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Abarakabake. So when it comes to that, ngaminke ngang hakilo tu so jamal da fanan tambita GCCI modula putol ti kuruntel. So sol tambita le fana mili alon ko ngang hakilo tu itole na moli hakilo tu itole ila setopol keta nyamin. So that's one thing. So always bunda to normally problemo kana watu minna ni mol futata bunda fangoto. But nata bunda se control no pour ni mol nata bunda to ay free bunda to fangoto. So wolon gold always wala kake gold pour mol kana futana bunda to. So niaje fangon ko no gate tickets ngaw commencer no juna pour ngaw partning eliminate je because ni wonde wo fana ma fan so line all team pour kata ticket o sang. So ngaw eliminate je but still now regardless kunyal mam futa to lafta e futa nyame whereby mo be binale rek you don't know simply but normally minka okay at the beginning pango doli kaje la ka official aka okay ikaje barial katara jana but with time ikaje aka soron nam fola bango maybe fango baria man soto koteke mole na grupo kenam banta. So security wise nimpia you discussion also to wala le puru ndella goal momenti puru mol kana futa bundaro ni be futa la bundaro rek yena rek ye dum so wolen golti bunda ko ni mi futa no bundato rek you supposed to be free there in the sense that hanila fengo jolonta je mo nyanta fule ni la funo jolonta le yani wolen golti but regardless security damate o kelano ndel fanan damata kelano if we all have to do this collectively meaning atel min kana to respect mol min kana not necessarily the journalists but the general public coming comme your protocols respect comme barial velori nyamin nga security respect ni ko moli batu follow ko si telephone normally ni be at distance ikake nyamin dole ka mol tenkele do mon nden mol buleta pour bundato kana fu bundato se free follow jandi molena so nim patient dulani waratale mo bebe kunnale So not sure if I answer your questions.
And then the follow-up one is about the media. Because space for
And-
most of the time.
Yes. Okay. So before the media fanang I want to say this me along is very important for moli along. Okay, bunda tombe bunda sabal bunda fula le utilize kam bunda ba fula. But bunda do fanang bi jele me along ko puru artist wala bunda to long. So lafta le puru mol be along fana natere VIP ticket le sodo ibe dunna no dula to lal. So, but that doesn't necessarily mean that not any friends or nata or any model, but well, VIP or near VIP so it's a do no bundal, any bundala anyway. So, but not from a VIP level, any model, not a me along Kataman VIP so just to avoid complications. Maybe where try I tower bunda dola, but the security is going to be very strict at Artisola bunda because Artisola will do ninjela. And in VIP, and in the other executives, they all VIP anyway.
How about the press?
Yeah.
How about the press?
Yeah, the question is, say the press, they do have limited spaces. Okay, that will be, talked about by them.
Yeah, express. Okay, them again.
Okay, I have a question. Alright, and it goes to SD. I am part of the Java.
Exactly. Yeah, so comme rek comme ka demandé la faje rek wolong kadie mim fale wo is clear. So on that part fanan comme siloning coming to GCCI ground bring mol tata je nga surveying ke nga feel like if necessary as a possible no the last Johnson before main gate and the last Johnson the last Johnson before the main gate and the first Johnson after the main gate ibe close la comme motoltina la comme kasia je fu bundaninto so pour mol finance will put into consideration. Yeah, so ni nara nam press space in nyena womu kule di fana miyalon ko comme amuntol fana na concern leti. So what people have to understand music is atefanan tambitale more than rek pour ka perform. So bano lebe stage kan and equipment so le fanan bije mini alon ko some are channel, some are cable, don't be borikan in different frequencies la and stuff. So it is never like come cameraman o lafta ka low dawoda anyanta ka low to we wish come way keno because albije min albije wala to have good shots and stuff. But live band performance need normal DJ setup all long. It's a problem we will solve now within 5 minutes. Live band performance aka difficult. It takes time. So walatin come sometimes nalka complication or sort of come stage on can come ka fala kana nyim position ota or I'll move them because sometimes Allah equipment so it can correspond with some of the electronic devices from the minute stage on can. So mimbije in mi wisla wolo nyinti this time we try to allocate spots for camera manual in a way for journalists or minu yalon ko be sonying ko vakanne pour yela space to minu yalon ko they can get good shots, but sometimes this is just an advice mbemi fola based on experience. The problem also from your end ngalon mbebe struggle kanne some of you also have to try and develop based on Allah's skills because it's very difficult to cover a whole show with one camera. So wale ka nyim ko sikala fikata tajana. So but if you have like crew members of 2 camera people or 3, doy janata doy focus artist o nyinda makam doy tajana after alla cuttings ke alla all shots will be compiled together alla production o nyinge it's easy. So but ni mo killing ko okay mbe 30 minutes tala le ngasele stage la left after nga move stage la right later I go in front later back. So when 5 people want to do the same action on the stage whilst we also have the performing artist, sometimes complication on in canale. But still, that doesn't justify it. We will not work together. So, Panamba trial from the management end, we upgrade la nyamen to make a setup to make things easy for everybody. Although financial load line is sort of,
Most of the time, how it used to be like is maybe with the crowd too. Because if we are too close to the crowd, they might snatch your food or they might be pushing you something like that. I think it's the best time for you to work on that too. Because we don't need to get closer to the crowd too.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to add on that. Gambian based content. It's a concern on the media teams. Like always, Lintel Data on your press conferences. we had the press conference. I don't want to mention other thing, but I think it needs for us to discuss as stakeholders in the music industry. We talk about it because this is the place where we can talk about it and we discuss. We have one goal for the success of everybody. Most of the time, we need space. So even though they're going to give us space, if you want to film somewhere else, you can't get a security man in the middle of people, security man on the pool, staff for Canada. It's a genuine thing for us to look into. Because when the artist is performing, VIP, they're called obstruct. Maybe like in the future or nearby, once I give or even crowd or tema or somewhere else, be the cameraman. And the argument and the more fixed la dame. I wanna talk to the camera crew right now here. Until we need to level up our skills, we need to level up our standards. Sometimes I can difficult come artist I so organized. You are having a mobile phone. I don't wanna disrespect nobody. Sometimes you can't get a crowd on a bigger cameraman on it. Like 15 to 20, people standing at one place. We are filming, we're distracting people. So we the media teams, we need to level up our skills. This is a job. You can be a level like the way these people need to level up, they'll find a level. Because if we take our job seriously, I think when we go to events, they will not disrespect us.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that. It's fine because if I understand the reason why we are here is Mialonko, it is directly to us, ST management, right? Related to Ntolla events. So most of you might have other experiences to other events. Mialonko is different from Alkamin Sotontolla Jam. So Ntebe Ming address la no Mialonko, it is related to us directly. Well on how the atmosphere and the Ming create la no to make sure that aliala satisfaction on you. But nevertheless, Nale general concern it is related to the general music industry. I think it is very important Alkana Batufang Komka for ST event organized or Jizul or any other person Purungana Dowsol clearly. You can try to make a form of organizing a press conference alling musician artists, a general press conference related to expressing your dissatisfaction. What are the standards you can develop to make sure that the future events for Hollywood discussion on Yinkede. But right now, tenting, don't say me handle no right now. Wolong me and affect directly or Mimbaltol affect and a particular so. But a general discussion about a general concern, I guess, and I advise you people to try to organize yourself, and then you write to the different artists, ila management or almiesi. A general discussion sort of put me in a cool new FSR because all of them are aim, Yeah.
Yeah, Farmer, you want to ask?
Yes, I want to ask two questions. Assalamu alaikum to you all. I am Fatima Diamond from Fine TV, Gambian. Actually, my first question is, what inspired you to create your new album, which is Stereo, and how does it differ from your previous work? And the second question.
Oh, it's two now.
Two, yes.
Okay.
So, can I allow you to answer the first?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yes.
Okay, first of all, it's not an album. It's just a single. I know for the fact that I'm used to launching albums annually, so people expect annual albums. But this year I'm not launching an album. It's just a song. Yeah, it's just a concert actually. Yes, it's just a concert. Hopefully next year there will be an album. Yes.
Okay, the second. Can you tell us more about the themes and also the messages in the TV?
The message.
And the themes.
Yeah, well, I think I said that before. It's all about unity. Because if you hear, one Gambia, one people, one nation, one tribe. At the end of the day, I feel like it all starts with, how we look at each other, how we expect, how we cope with each other, how we understand each other. So everything, is based on friendship. If we all look at each other like we are brothers and sisters, it makes everything work perfectly well, So, that's why the Teria song came out. Is to remind people of how important working together is and how we should put humanity first before anything, and how important it is to cope with each other and to work together as a unit, Unity is strength, Yeah.
Yes.
I am Fatma from that I want to ask, how prepared are you with your team regard to the ambience? And what is the difference between your last concert and this one?
Well, me and my team have been prepared. We've been prepared. Yes. We've been waiting for the day for so long, and everyone is excited, that it's here. Personally, I cannot wait to do what I do best on stage. Even though I don't want to break surprises here, You want me to break the surprise here? Yeah, so there will be so many surprises because we cannot be doing it's different songs from last year was an album. This is a concert. It's gonna be a different entrance. It's gonna be different songs. It's gonna be a different performance, and we're gonna have a live band session and also a semi-live. Everything just comes different, but we will witness that firsthand on stage. On Saturday. I don't wanna spoil the surprise. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can come.
I came with.
Okay, well, it's fine.
Okay, first of all, I want to congratulate your team for the flyer of how the event is going to lay out. It was a massive congratulations, and the layout was very organized. Impressively very nice way personal. That's a great achievement. So, before I go forward, I don't know if anyone has asked it. When I was coming, I was watching the live John Jobis, where you were highlighting about the media personnel, possibly if you can communicate people whereby you can be assistant, one person stands here before all of you be rotated. Sometimes we do suggest that, but it's very obstacle, like when you go to the collecting of the tax, the organizers will tell you pick media platform maximum of 20 people. So let's say for example, you want to do live streaming, or you want to do pre-record, you want to come backstage interviews, so it has to be half of the people. To be moving around can only be done if the organizers provide more tax for us instead of limiting it on the capacity. That's one thing I want to do. And then the second one would be to Kebama himself. There's a lot of people that are saying it's a concert for a particular song, but the duration of the song being released and the concert has to be used. Why don't you give us the song? Why do you keep it up to this extent instead of releasing the party? I don't know if anyone has answered.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So normally, related to the press cards, you might be right one way or the other. Sometimes we have situations where some people will come, they want to have more cards, and then we try to give them maybe 2 or 1, because covering a show, sometimes it's always good to have this conversation about to know exactly what this particular media house is doing. You understand? So because there must be a reason, to say we need 2 camera, 2 personnel or 3 based on these responsibilities. But if the media houses, some of them are trying to argue one have a genuine reason. For example, if I give you three media cards for a particular reason, and then it is confirmed, right? And then the other people also want to have 3, but they don't have 3 people who have to work. One will just be standing there just because the other media house have 3. So this is where the controversy comes. But we will be flexible and be open to people, to media houses who really need 3, or who need 4, or who need 2, or who need 1. It depends on their responsibilities and what they're doing. So these things also we have to consider them. So and on the side of the way we arrange the performance, so that the humble manager can emphasize on that, as it is all based on our past experiences with the timing of the artist and everything. So he can say a little bit about that. Oh, okay, good. So because me and Bricks, we in a management team, but me and Bricks is we working hand in hand, 100%. So it's when I'm talking much, so it's Bricks is also talking. Yeah. So the reason why we try to arrange the artist performance list in the way you highlighted is simply because we do have situations where most of the artists, they would say, I will not go to the show earlier, I will sit until this particular time. So at some time, maybe if the main artists have to come on stage at 2 a.m. and we have like 6 or 7 big artists who arrive on the venue at like, let's say 1:30 a.m. So we want to satisfy them to perform, but then it is going deep into the time of the main artist. So this is why we come up with this idea of to say, okay, why not we categorize the timing? This means if you are a performing artist, you see the time duration, like you should perform within 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. So if you come at 5 minutes after 12, you are there. The chances that you will perform is very slim if there is a possibility, but then you lost your right to say I should perform because you are not there during the timing. So this is why every artist who saw the flyer knows if I have to perform, this is the time duration I have to be there. But it is not basically like to say we wanna try to separate who have to come first or second, because even those names on a particular time scale is not guaranteed who is playing before who. So the most important thing is that you know if you there, this is your time to perform. Yeah, this is why we make it like that, you know. Yeah. And Kari wanna make some adjustments.
So regarding the program guide too, this is the first time we are doing that. We never did it before, but in other places, the artists will know exactly when they are supposed to perform. They will know that, let's say 2:45 is your time. So for example, when we went to the Summer Jam in Germany, we were performing 3 p.m. So me and Demba, we were very busy to let them know that it is going to be 3 p.m. We understand that the sun going to be very hot, but that's how they do it here. They give us time, so it's 3 p.m. So the thing is, we want the fans, you guys, everybody coming there. This is the first time we're doing this. We're not saying that it's going to be perfect or it is the best, but we believe that we are getting closer to how it is done in other parts of the world professionally. So another thing that I wanted to add is some of the artists may have seen their name on the flyers, but so the flyers, we have been working on it, progressively, but unfortunately it leaked mistakenly. So that's why we are forced to push it out real quick. So some artists might see their names on the flyers, but we haven't get in touch with them yet. Some of them, not necessarily we haven't get in touch with them, but we are unable to get them on the phone or any means we are trying to get in touch with them. So this will go out to the artists or the people that is representing them. In case if you see your name on the flyer, even if you're not going to be there because you are supposed to be somewhere else, that's why we want to talk to you before the flyer come out. So we were having difficulty talking to people before the flyer come out. That's why it was leaked first, then we just are forced to take it out. So some artists may see their name there and we haven't communicated with them yet, but this is what happened. Some artists probably they have something going on or they are not even around, but the ones we know that are not around we don't include. But yeah, this is why the flyer is out before they know that they are supposed to be performing. But we are still going ahead because they all have to know, because this time is different. Every art is time specific. Some are coming 10 to 12, others from 12 to 2, then ST will come on stage. So this is the first time also we are confidently saying we want ST to come on stage, and we want to make sure that that works. So that is on our side to make sure that happens. So from that part, again, ST will take a little break based on the flyer. Then we will have Acidic and Attack in that interlude. Then ST will come back again and have a collabo songs, and some of his songs that will be semi-live, that it's not a playback, but it's a semi-live. So to all the way to the end of the show.
All right, and just to add on to what the concerns that we are having with the media houses, and anyone who knows this management we always learn from experience. I'm glad that Demba had made mention of that, because at the end of every event we do sit down and reassess ourselves what went wrong and where we need to improve on. Always what we always have is sometimes you give media houses 5 tags, you give them 6 tags. Those tags are being used for them to occupy the VIP sections. This has been a concern for the management. That is why there have always been limited cards to the media houses, because you cannot have a concert or you have an album launching and you are having a media house requesting for 10 media cards. It is always a difficulty. That is why we try to look at the media house and the type of job that they do. For example, you look at GRTS or you look at iAfrica to come and cover Teria concert for iAfrica TV. Definitely they're gonna show up with 2 cameramen. You cannot give one media tax to iAfrica to come and cover the program. That is the difficulties that we do have. But inshallah, this time that is why we have created the media groups. The media group is already created and we have the media houses. The numbers that we have, we're going to treat it according to that. But be rest assured, we will have enough media tax based on the job that you people do, and there will be fair representation when it comes to card distribution.
This goes to ST. Usually an if-your concert, you used to drop a single. Is the public expecting movies this time?
Sorry?
And if your concert also always
a day before.
Usually, not frequently, but usually you used to release.
Okay.
So is the public expecting anything for this?
No, not really. The Teria song is the last song before the concert. Yes.
Yeah, my question goes to ST. I'm glad that you've been making these pronouncements of one Gambia and you are now living by bringing the area concert. Should we by any chance see artists that claim that they are not in good terms with you, because that are too much see that media should by any chance we will see, let's say, the likes of Broke come and perform, because even though he claimed he had an issue with you, but you claim you don't even having any problem with any Gambian artist. So we see him perform because of Teria. So for me, when we say Teria, and as much as we are all Gambians now, we all fit in that gap. So should we by any chance see Broke perform? Did you or your money even reach out to him to invite him?
Personally, like I said, before, I'll say it again. It's not just because the media is here and I just want to say stuff that is nice. For real, I do not have any problems with any Gambian artist. That is not what I stand for. I stand for unification, one Gambia, and that's what I preach all the time in my music, So the Teria it's not even about the Teria concert. Every other ST concert is for Gambian talents. Anyone can perform if you are there at the right time, because we all started from nothing, So we're trying to give the same opportunity to others to have a platform to perform on. So everyone is invited, everybody is a brother and a friend. I do not engage myself into, beefs and negativity or any form of, like I said, one Gambia, one people, one nation, one tribe. Ngania killing, wala beti, that's what I am about. So if anybody does not understand me to a level, is that person not understanding? But we open our arms for everyone, Yes.
So my question is now, have you or your management reached out to him for him to come and perform?
Okay, so I'll say it this way. Look, I'll tell them. Did I talk about Broke? I told them. You also reach out to Broke. I told them this just some days ago. Yeah. And I myself personally told Broke the last time I saw him. I think it was the Antula Surumfu. Yeah, Antulas at Antuso, I saw him. I told him, bro, next week, in a couple of weeks, it's my concert. You're invited. Like I do not have problems with, look, anybody you think I have problems with, when I meet them, I'm cool with them. Kabadi yaleke. So the rest of the problems is what I see on the media, but not when we see each other. When we see each other, we are brothers. So outside this, where you see all that stuff, you know. But anyway, I'm not moved by any stuff, you know. Like I said, you know, everybody is a brother to me, you know. I would rather, you know, cooperate, you know. Cooperation is a key word for me. I would rather, you know, cooperate with brothers. We work and push each other than try to push each other back, you know, backwards or stuff like that. That's not my thing, you know.
Yeah, so what I want to add is, in that case, is just because ST talk about it already, he tell us alkana nyina bro kela and stuff, but unfortunately then min natake then recently, because ST kani bro kenya nyojel, but then after kabri nyoje, then we end up seeing some other videos and some other things. So that's right after, that's like, you know, right after that, so it's a little bit confusing. Because so covering STO for mole fal alkananya naka broke fanang contact, but it's like we don't know how receptive, we don't really understand your relay, even though we will want to call them, but we just see some videos or some other things just 2 days ago, you know, 2-3 days ago, like that. So wala tina man show abe receptive la nyamin. I don't find what we want people to know, regardless, like last year and year before last year, we struggle, we make attempts to talk to him as an individual, especially, because there is one time from, actually, I was there, actually they have a conversation, and in ST, he never end up, you know, coming, but yeah, we do always make efforts for certain, waradol ka mol perspective fanang understand from their, you know, ike mira nyamin anika kuodol for fanang, you know, it's just the game, but we don't really keep nothing personal. If waradol mol kata the situation o do kono right now, you know, certain mindset to nearly ibota mti force la no to get out of that mindset. But if you get out of that mindset, our hands are open to you. You know, almost everybody is model with definitely they are a little bit closer to us, but that doesn't mean that, you know, the other people, we cannot do things with them, or they are not welcome into what we are doing.
Like ST said, some of these dramas can become more of a content creation or gain attention or whatsoever. Don't you think at a management level you still deem it necessary as a management professional to reach out to him so that more than half of let's say ST maybe the reason why
yeah, no, that's
you know, we did even last event to me along Imang, I don't want to base this on a person,
yeah,
but you know, like even a lot of other events, Nima Muljeje, Amanke Pong Mafoe, Nka Foele. But at the same time, sometimes you can't respond, sort of, you cannot even come to the media, because I would rather promote a brother than bring him down. So you can respond if I sort of means sort of what to do. It's like a disappointment for people, realistically. So I don't even want to go there. I would just say I'm a nano. Yeah, understand. Sure. But not that, you know, nkamule to interning an event, you know, bro. Nkasilang amira, please to jibe from manina mura. Ask him. I told him I Gambia bacon na listo. I swear down. I told him ni listo man 550 sila ko no nkai wato modol to takuma. Yeah, like, you know, like Gambian music, bro, compared to other countries, I don't know where you guys, you know, mbajibe kanyamin. Yala nenkana so enjoy le, we are out there and stuff, but compared to other countries, say Ghana, say Nigeria, yala ne say other countries, Senegal, you know, right here and tol mantara mamputa lato. So, you know, it's a basic necessity that we all work together, you know, for a common good than, you know, be busy yala ne other petty things so la mini yala ko we yala ne that we don't even have rights to na song so muka royalty from collect. Yala ne mulman pam put together, you know, to try to work in a way that ndingol se benefit no na music you know, be busy can you know, that's not, I'm too focused on the positive that man times sort of, you know, to be dragged into any negativity. So, you know, come on for nyamin that ni better mindset or what to do aka hardly mu bundije because at a abe picture jibe come from perspective minnalo. So anytime Omari but our perspective to, then I can easily let you understand. But what we do, no matter how you try to understand, modo mukaje, because at a mantra things will GB come from another angle. Yeah, understand. So that's just how it is. But we reaching out to everyone, bro. Malafika honeymoon to koma, especially mulmini along household names, so let. Yeah.
Next question.